D&D Pod presents Dawg House.
Magpie's gonna edit all this shit out, so fuck you, Magpie.
Go fuck yourself with a cactus, shittard.
I love him a lot. I do. I mean, I even call him my mom because he acts like my freaking mother, you know?
Come inside, princess. Dog, I've had a few leaks. It's time to change your mother. That's my boy.
He can be an asshole, you know? I mean, he can be a dick. He's just irritating sometimes, but I love him to death. So just know that if I say anything bad, it's because I love him.
He's an asshole, but he's my asshole.
He's a hillbilly shitfly on a mound of dung. Yet it's my mound of dung.
Magpie is gonna give me shit about this too, because he'll edit this shit because he hates me talking.
I sure do, and I sure will.
Doc predicts that if you hit the U.S., guys, you'll be big.
Here we go.
You'll get where you want. You really will. Your type of music is, I think, wanted. People are looking for different music than what's out there. Okay, and but music circles back around, life circles back around, guys. Trends circle back around. And if you think about your music, it's not 2024 music.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, to a degree.
The Dawg House.
The song that just tore through your head was Please Me by the Rattlebacks. And in the Dawg House tonight is Max and Jack with the Rattlebacks. Guys, how the hell are you doing?
How are you? We are allowed to swear?
Oh, you can do whatever you want, dude. Fuck, dude.
We are fucking wonderful, my friend. We're busy. It's hard work. We're loving it. We got 4 dates. We got 4 back-to-back dates coming up tomorrow through Sunday. So, yeah, we're rocking and rolling.
That's great.
What do you think?
Yeah, man. Yeah, just gearing up for the weekend. We're over halfway through the tour now. and got four on the bounce this week, 3 next week, and then I guess we continue writing album 2. So it's all on the up.
That's great. Do you guys take a little bit of break around this time of year and the holidays and stuff?
As a collective, kinda, yeah. Like we're not going to be, over Christmas and stuff. We're not going to be in the same room, two times a week or whatever. But we'll as individuals, we'll be writing at home,
right?
And doing all the stuff, all the fun stuff at home that has to get done at some point. All the admin, all the social media and stuff. So we never really get a break from it, but I don't think that any of us would really want a break from all of it,
Right.
We're doing what we love. So
we penciled in a 6-week break, but as ever, I don't think we're going to necessarily get that. I think we're all kind of, it's all well, and we're saying that so when we get to the end of the massive drive of the tour, it's like, okay, we're going to have a rest now, but we're all going to be itching, I think, to, we feel like we got some momentum going. So we want to strike while the iron's hot. I don't think you get this. I don't think you get this opportunity given to you necessarily all that often. So yeah, we're going to take it with both hands if we can.
Well, you need to, and you guys have the right approach. You're hitting it running, and you're not giving up, and you're not stopping, and you're just keep pushing through. So that's great. I give you again thumbs up on that. But tell me, the Rattlebacks have had an impressive trajectory since their formation in 21. So let me ask you guys this. What inspired the band to come together, and how your journey from Brighton to releasing Sidewinder unfolded?
Anytime we get asked that, we always say the phrase that like we feel like rock music as a genre has deserved better for a long time. There's so many albums out there, so many bands that write a song and then release it as an album. They just fucking put it 12 times on an album and go, hey, our first album's out. And by the 4th track, everyone's bored out of their minds, and rock goes down the tubes if you do that too often. If too many big bands do it, if all of the little bands that are trying to break through are doing that, then what the fuck is the future in that? So we were frustrated that we didn't have any new music coming out that we liked. So we kind of went, well, fuck it. And fuck everyone else who's trying to do this and doing it badly. We're going to come and do it right. So that was the inspiration. It was always we write the music we want to hear because no one else fucking is. And yeah, the accomplishments we've had along the way have been amazing. With Kink and stuff last year, and then Sidewinder this year. We always thought that we weren't gonna like dip our toes in. We're not the kind of guys that are just going to sit there and go, well, maybe we'll try this, and okay, well, we'll see how this goes. And it was like, no, we're going to come in, and we'll get our foot in the door with the EP, and then we'll follow it up as quickly as we can with the album, and run that, let that run that's course, and then go straight to album 2 as soon as we can, because people have short attention spans, so we're going to do our best to not let anyone forget who we are between albums 1 and 2, or even between Kink and Sidewinder. So that's just kind of how we've always seen it, how we've always done it. Because we're going to do it our way, and if you don't like it, get out of the fucking way.
That's probably one of the best explanations I've ever fucking heard, dude.
Thanks, man.
I mean it, man. That's like the number one, probably will stay the number one for the rest of me doing my career, dude, because that Jack's sitting there just cracking up. But I'll tell you what, dude, you couldn't have said it better, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Hey, buddy, your balls are ringing. Answer it.
You brought up Kink. Your debut album was Kink, and it was received with really strong reactions from notable magazines, right? To sold out shows. So, how did this early success, and it is, influence your mindset and your approach to Sidewinder?
To be honest with you, a lot of it was already done. So by the time we put out Kink, we're already fully into Sidewinder. So it's not like it's part of 2 separate plans. It's always been the same plan. So it's just a continuation of that. It's only really now we're kind of coming up for air with both of the releases. So it's all kind of part of the same thing. So I wouldn't say it's influenced it. I would say that it's just building upon the foundation that we've had there. And I think that the reality of this is that for the large part, I think things are starting to change now. Now the album's out and we're getting, such great reviews. But it doesn't really necessarily feel like anything's changed as it stands. But it feels like perhaps it is changing. So I guess we'll have to wait and see where it goes. And will be really nice to get on some proper support tours and things, but hopefully that's just round the corner. But yeah, I don't know how to tie that back to the original question, but that's what I'm going with.
Well, it kind of did. And let me ask you this, because a lot of bands that are out there that I've talked to don't have that early success like you guys had. So on that success with Kink, I mean, even though you were in the Sidewinder, didn't that kind of put a rocket up your ass and say, man, this was fucking great to have this, this reaction and these things saying about us and people thinking about this? I mean, that had to charge your asses up, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, like Coxie said, we were into Sidewinder way before Kink was even out, and we kind of knew that, like, well, we all figured that we had something good going on here. And then when King came out, and obviously all the reviews were as they were, and the reception was as good as it was. It was kind of like it really reinforced to us. I was like, okay, maybe we really do have something here, because if you look at Kink and Sidewinder next to one another, like, Sidewinder is such a different beast. It's so much bigger, so much grander. We kind of went for it a whole lot more, and flexed our muscles as a band more on that record, which an album allows you to do, compared to an EP. But it was kind of like, we were sat there in all those interviews, and speaking to those magazines and stuff, sitting there thinking, well, I mean, if you like this, I can't wait for you to hear the next thing. Yeah,
right.
And a bunch of the Steve from Powerplay, he's a really good friend of the band now. He was like our first interview, and we were mentioning the album in the interview with him, and he was going like, "Wow, you guys are like you plan ahead, like you've really got a vision for this." And it was like, yeah, well, we've always wanted to do it that way. I think we're like 24 songs into album 2 already as we speak now. We're not going to be slowing down anytime soon. The only thing that's going to slow us down is the money side of things, because cash is king, right?
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it was definitely like I said, we put our foot in the door, and luckily the door seemed to stay open when we did. Yeah, which was a nice feeling.
Well, you guys have the talent, plain and simple. And I always believe that true talented artists like yourselves, all artists like this, we're born with a gene. We have something in our system that, like, and Jack, you said it earlier that, and so do you too, Max, about you don't know how long you can take a break from it because you need to get back to it. And he was right in the interview. You guys are plowing through, guys.
You are in the doghouse.
Doc's going to take everybody to one of his favorite places to go, which is Dementia Lounge.
long ago. I'm so wearing it still, held against my will. You know I like to die. Ask me I'll blink twice. Ask me I'll blink twice. How long am I supposed to live this life? Step inside my dimension lounge. There's nothing there for you. Step inside my dimension lounge, where every day is new. What's mine? What's mine? What's What's
Great track, guys. Great track. So your new single Waste has been described as a killer track with equally compelling video. So let me ask you this. Do you think that describes it? And what inspired the single? And then how did it fit into the overall narrative and sound of the Sidewinder album?
Well, I think that Waste is the best video because it features predominantly my face. So that's why I think it's very good. But in all seriousness, I think that Waste, out of all the tracks, I think it was the penultimate song we wrote to go on that record. And I think that it summarizes the band as a whole right now. I think that it takes everything that we kind of adore about music and the music we write. It's got that funky thing, it's got that heavy thing, it's got an anthemic chorus, it's got a breakdown, it's also a solo, and it's got Max tearing your fucking face off in the solo too. So I think that for us, all the boxes are ticked. So we always knew that one was going to be a single. I think that in retrospect, it's interesting. Now that the album's out and people are reviewing it and going through it, I don't think you really have an understanding of what the album is, especially a debut album. I think that it's, at least in my mind, I don't know how you feel about it, Max, but it's now people are feeding back to us. You kind of get to understand what the Rattlebacks is for everyone else, and that's helping, at least me in my mind, form the identity of what we are, even though I should know that already. But no, I guess you don't know what it is until you put it out there, I think. But I'm learning just as just everyone else is. But yeah.
I mean, I think I like we've spoken about it, and we both agree that Waste is probably if you want to know what the Rattlebacks sounds like, listen to that song. That's the most indicative of where we are right now, especially with album one. And it was an obvious choice for a single because of that. We knew that from very early on when we were writing it and cutting it in the studio and stuff. It's been really interesting to see, because like you get asked, what are the Rattlebacks like? What's your guys' sound? Who are your influences and whatever. And that's all very well because you can say that and you can say your personal ones and whatever and all that kind of stuff. But it's really interesting to hear what other people hear in it. Because it's like we know what we think we are, but when we hear what other people say, it's like, oh, actually, I didn't clock that. That's a really that's really interesting way of looking at things, and it's been eye-opening.
For flattering.
Very flattering. I mean, for a band that for a while, when we were starting out, there was always the running joke that most people would make to us is like, oh, you guys are just Guns N' Roses, right? And there've been almost no one has in reviews and write-ups and on the album, whatever, has even mentioned Guns N' Roses. Which is really interesting because, yeah, and it's kind of affirming, like, huh?
I think, sorry to interrupt me. I think
That's
that
right.
we found our sound. I think it's what happened
for sure.
in between Kink and the album. Is we, I think Kink was pretty close to what Max was saying earlier. I think our influences were very much in your face on Kink, but I think that's how all bands start. You have your influences, and then from there you figure out what it is you are. You stumble upon it, and with Sidewinder, we've definitely stumbled upon what it is the Rattlebacks are, and yeah, it's fucking great. I'm really excited. I just want to get on with the second album now. It's just to see what we can do, to see what we're capable of. Because I think that we're wanting to push ourselves further than the first record. I think the only thing I'm slightly concerned about is that, as musicians and bands tend to do, you want to push yourself musically, but at some point there is a kind of a cut-off where it becomes music for musicians as opposed to music for the people that are listening to it. But I think we're perhaps very far away from becoming Tool as it stands. But it's exciting.
We won't be employing any one-legged flute players anytime soon.
Well, while you were talking, I was curious, what has other people told you about your sound, other than, oh, you guys sound like Guns N' Roses? What is your feedback?
What's out there? We're getting a bit of Black Sabbath, we're getting Soundgarden, we're getting Pearl Jam, which for me isn't I don't think any of our collective influence is Pearl Jam. Alice in Chains, that is an influence. So all the bands we have mentioned, really. Any more, Max?
Well, I mean, I think the thing that stuck out for me with the feedback is just how varied it is. Like,
good.
You get one write-up that says, like, oh, I'm getting Pearl Jam and Buck Cherry and Alice in Chains, which is really cool. And then coming from another side of it, another guy might come in and say, they're hearing a lot of like 70s influences in especially Josh's voice, because that is where he comes from. He's of that school, the soulful kind of vocal thing. And yeah, I mean, I'm trying to come up with bands that have been mentioned off the top of my head, but it's not necessarily just even people naming different bands. It's like different genres, because
yes,
it's a varied record. So one track might, Dementia Lounge, like you said, is a lot faster, thrashier, kind of more in your face. And if you listen to that back to back with Behind You, it's like, oh my God, that's off two different records, surely. But that was something we wanted to have, is we wanted to make sure that it wasn't boring. It wasn't 12 of the same songs over and over and again, or 11 or whatever it is. So that's been the number one for me. It's been so varied, and so many things have come out of the blue that we just weren't expecting, which is amazing, because as an artist, you don't want to be pigeonholed. And we definitely haven't been, which has been really, really good.
I think as well, with our influences being, Guns N' Roses, Queen, I think, not to say we are a great band, hopefully we become one, but I think that when you look at Guns N' Roses or Queen, they don't have a back catalogue they're not just rock and roll. You can pull apart not hundreds, but certainly a lot of different subgenres in what they both do. And I think that's probably what we are. There are so many different subgenres we want to explore, but we haven't yet. But it's just exciting to know that, what I think we're capable of, and hopefully we're going to get the opportunity to do. And Sidewinder is definitely just the start. I think it's the traditional first album. It's in your face, it's ballsy, it's fuck you. Long may that continue for album 2, but I'm sure as we get older, those sort of things start to mellow a little bit, from what I've seen from my favourite artists, and you come up with new ways of expressing yourself. So yeah, it's just an exciting time.
We talked a lot about Waste, so Doc's going to spin it for everybody. Here is Waste from the Rattlebacks. That's phenomenal, guys. Very fucking phenomenal.
The ears are burning.
Man, it is a fucking great song. It really is. So, so you guys have stated that Sidewinder aims to reinvigorate the hard rock genre. So hopefully that's true. So given that statement, what elements do you believe, are really missing from today's hard rock scene? And then how does the album address these gaps?
I'm giving this one to Coxie. I know he's got a very, very well prepared rant on this. So
it's not good enough. It's fucking terrible. I think that it's just the state of what's going on in the rock industry. People say, Gene Simmons says rock is dead, and for a long time, I fucking hated that. And I was like, well, fuck you. No, we're coming. Don't worry. But looking around at our contemporaries, and I'm not here going to slag anyone off individually or whatever. That's not what this rant is about. It's more about the fact that if we were to be put on a festival bill, I think that we would embarrass a lot of bands. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I'm saying that because I just don't think the standard is where it needs to be. It needs to be aggressive. It needs to be hungry. It needs to be passionate. You need to make sure that you're kicking everyone out of the way. You need to be spitting and snarling. You need to say fuck you to the audience, but in a way in which that is gearing them up and trying to get them moving, get their appetite. It's appetite. There's another Guns N' Roses reference there for you, but it's true. It's what rock and roll's lacking. It's not all smashing up hotel rooms and that, but it is producing that element of excitement and danger on stage. It's something that's been missing for 20 years. I just don't know what's happened, and I think that we can plug that gap because fucking hell, we're hungry and we're coming, and we won't be stopped. I don't think so. Get on board with it or get out of the way, as Max says. So it's like I don't know, but I think we just need an opportunity to find or be presented to the wider rock market, and then we can really start making a fucking difference and giving some bands a hammering. My favorite quote so far that I think that I found off of one of the reviews of Sidewinder is that it and I'm paraphrasing here, but something along the lines of with tracks such as Behind You, it's having like that musical confidence, and has found that that's something that bands of with a lot more stature, a lot more money, and a lot more experience have never found. And I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own arse. Someone else has said that, but I do believe that to be true. It's a lot of other people or bands just seem to be lazy, and it translates. We're all tired of it. Max is tired of it. I'm sure you're tired of it.
Yep.
I think the rock fans in general are tired of it, and it's not the fact that rock bands or rock's gone away. It's just that no one has been able to captivate anyone's attention because they don't believe in it. They're not delivering. This is passion coming through. This is not me, I don't think, being too arrogant. It's passion because I fucking believe in it, and rock music deserves better. And I hope that if it's not us, then it's someone else, because I love this, and I just want to see bands that are flying into venues and just doing it properly. Bands like Idols, for example, in the UK, they're killing it. Hopefully we can have stage presence like that. But that kind of punk attitude is definitely missing. So hopefully we can build to that in our stage shows. We're not the finished article by any stretch of the imagination, but we're trying, and I think I know what the audience wants, and hopefully we can deliver on that.
Hey, you're in the Dawg House.
Working with producer David Holmes at Lightship 95, that must have been great, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
We say write our own music, and then we go and talk about Dave, who definitely added little hints of Dave Holmes himself. But yeah, sorry, go on, Max.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, yeah, I was going to touch on that, but we've not hidden nothing in the fact that Dave is he's like the Mr. Invisible of the Rattlebacks. He's the sixth member as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure Coxie would agree with me on that one. We showed up to Lightship 95 with a good rock album, and largely the album that you hear, but he added that, like, the seasoning on top, just little ideas and stuff, and the guy's just a fucking genius. I mean, it's unbelievable. All five of us were sat in there at various points, just hearing him talk and listening to his ideas and whatever, and just going like, Jesus Christ, this guy is good. And not only that, but he produced engineered, mixed, and mastered the record as well. You know, so I mean, the guy's basically God in our eyes. He's just unbelievable. And obviously, I'm not taking anything away from what we brought to him to create Sidewinder. But yeah, he was an absolutely incredible person to work with, and there wouldn't be Sidewinder in its current form without him.
Yeah, like a lot of the the melody, the harmonies. Sorry, is a lot of Dave's work that he's put in there to help make sure those choruses really push to where they ought to have been. So there's a lot of stuff there. The string section on Behind You was composed by Dave. I wanted strings on it. I spoke to Dave about it, and I took about a minute and a half, and where he had a gap, and I sort of sung it into a phone of what I wanted to hear, and then he then wrote it down and passed it on to the amazing the amazing players to be able to go and deliver on it. So it's just things like that. Those touches of class is what has turned, as Max said, a good rock record into I think a great grand rock record. And that grand part is the touch of Dave, and that is something that we wanted to do, but I don't think at this point in our career, or at that point in our career, we didn't know what we needed to be able to get to that point. And Dave has been a musical shaman, a teacher, like an older brother,
sometimes a therapist,
a shoulder to cry on at points. He got it, and he's seen our passion, and he's done a half-price job for us in terms of how much that we paid him to do it. He's worked so many more hours than we could afford him to, but he's believed in it, and he's given everything to the record. And I hope one day we're in a position to truly return the favor that he gave us by giving us so much of his passion and time. So yeah, I think that by circumstance or by happenstance, it was whatever that phrase is, it's amazing that we met him, and we wouldn't be in the position we are now without him. So yeah, I love that guy, and everyone feels the same. So we're going to get stuck into album 2 with him for sure, and we'll see what we can come up with next time.
You're in the doghouse.
He's just enhancing it with his ears, that he hears something that maybe you guys don't, and wants to put it in there to make it better. But he's not changing you. He's not changing the music. He's not changing the track. He's just adding to it. You guys slay the fucking music, dude. You fucking slay it.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, no, that's very true. It's very true. I think that, I don't think anything really changed structurally. There's very little that changed structurally that we took to Dave. He really, I suppose, did add that extra 5-10% on top with those things. So yeah, you're quite right. You're quite right.
He's taking you under the wing. So think about that, dude. There's a reason for that. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we definitely have. I mean, like Hoxie said, we're just so hugely grateful for him to take that time and all the extra effort, never asking for any extra from us for it. He was always happy to do that. And it did even like while we were in the studio, like we knew that we liked the album. We thought it would be a good album. And then when we came to Dave and he showed such like passion, he just got so enthusiastic about all the tracks, for whatever reason, whatever they brought to the album, it was very clear to see that he just got it straight away. So having him react that way was amazing as well.
I think that he spends a lot of time doing a lot of other stuff that isn't necessarily rock music, and that's what got him into doing what he's doing. And then all of a sudden we roll into his recording studio, and it's like, oh fucking hell, like there's something really exciting going on here. And I think that he gets really motivated by finding or us coming to him, and it all just kind of just clicks, as you'll hear with all great records and bands and producers. When it happens like that, you get a result like Sidewinder. So yeah, it's phenomenal, I think.
And you guys deserve it. You really do. I mean, and again, I'm amazed how far you guys have come and your notoriety in the short amount of time. Just phenomenal, guys. So, and speaking about phenomenal, Doc's going to spin one last track from the Rattlebacks, and here's How Calm the Silence. Awesome track, guys. Awesome track.
A little bit of grunge for you.
Yeah, no, you know what? I like the diversity in your music.
Okay, girls, take a breather, oil up, and I'll be back for our 2 o'clock body sandwich.
So give our listeners the info where to find your music, videos, merchandise, upcoming release dates, and most of all, guys, where are you going to be playing on your tour?
The short answer is you can find everything we've ever done on our website, therattlebacks.co.uk. Like all of our videos are on there, all our music's on there. You can listen to it all on there. Watch all the videos, look at a bunch of the photos, all that stuff. Buy all the merch, vinyls, t-shirts, beanies, badges, stickers, just a bunch of stuff on there. There's tons. We even sell earrings made of Seth's symbols that he used on the album.
Cool.
So if you can pick anything up. We do international shipping as well, by the way, for all the guys over the pond who are interested. But yeah, I mean, obviously we're everywhere else too. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter or X or whatever the fuck that's called now. Where else are we? Yeah, YouTube, of course. And yeah, Spotify, Amazon, Deezer, Apple Music, iTunes, everywhere. As if you can get music on it, we're probably on there somewhere. So yeah, you can find us online there. If you're in the UK and you're hearing this in time, then we're playing London at time of recording. We're playing London tomorrow. Then we're in Sheffield on Friday, Norwich on Saturday, Southampton supporting the Hell on Sunday. Then next week we're in Hitchin at Club 85, which is a fucking cool venue, by the way. We're there on Thursday. Friday we are in Winchester, and Saturday we're in Newcastle. Then we're out. That's it for 2024. 2025, we've got a bunch of festivals coming up in the summer, some really cool stuff that hopefully we'll be able to tell you guys about soon. But yeah, I mean, short of getting it over to the US next year or 2026, that's about it.
God, we want to come to the States. I want to play all of those LA clubs that Guns N' Roses used to play. I want to do the whiskey. That's my dream. That's my dream.
Yeah, we'll do like a week-long LA tour.
Yeah. We should
the Troubadour, the whiskey,
tour.
the Roxy. Oh fuck! I don't think the Cat House is there anymore, but we'll play it. Madam Wong's East. Fuck it, all of them.
You know what? And you guys would be received with fucking open arms, guys. I guarantee it, man. I really do. I hope you get to the U.S. You better let the doc know if you do.
Oh, we will. Don't you worry about it.
Because I'll fly wherever the fuck you're at.
Whereabouts are you in the States?
I'm in Colorado.
Colorado, that's not far, is it?
No, you guys can play Vegas. No, California, Vegas. They're all close. They're not too far away. I'll just jump on a plane.
Have you heard of a band called the Mercury Riots?
Yeah, I have.
So we're good friends with them. They came over and played my local pub, just 20 minutes away from where I'm sitting. They're a hard-working band.
Yeah, they are.
Hopefully we can get something going with them. But, it's how do you maximize, for us, the problem right now is going to be how do you maximize the time off we get from our day jobs that enable us to pay to be able to do this. So I think that's going to be our tricky thing of 2025 is how you do it. But hopefully some big bands are going to pick up the phone and let us loose on some of their fans. I think that's the plan. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If you've got any good contacts with these proper rock and roll stars, then do let us know.
If I do, I'll send them your way. I really will.
I've had to sacrifice my job, my body, my youth, my vagina. It will never look the same after this.
So guys, you heard it. You know where to go check them out. And I'm telling you, these guys are fucking great. I mean, you got to do it. And Doc's going to fucking order one of your vinyls, guys. So if I do, you better sign that fucker for me. Hear me?
Done.
Oh, don't worry about it, man.
I know I'm not the most top fucking radio host or interviewer, but you know what? Fuck, I love you guys, man. I predict, and I always say this, mark this fucking down on this date on a calendar. You're going to get a record contract, guys. I really predict that. I see it happening, and I think it's going to happen sooner than later. And it's going to take you guys, Jack, and you and Max, it's going to take you where you want to go. And I'm just going to say this real quick. What I've been seeing too in the last probably 6 to 9 months is that bands are really actually being signed to labels, that independent labels, that are letting them have 100% control. they're not taking their music and keeping it and owning it. I mean, they want good music out there, guys, and you're phenomenal music. You're not good, you're phenomenal. So I just see it happening, and you guys have the drive and the passion to do it. So that's Doc's prediction. Like I said, write it down or not, but when it comes true, I'm going to tell you, I told you so.
We'll send you a bottle of whiskey if it comes true. But I have to say, for any record labels listening, you better sharpen your fucking pencil, because it's not going to be easy to sign us. You've got to work harder than us. You've got to be more passionate than me. So, yeah, sharpen that fucking pencil.
Fuck school! Fuck all this bullshit! What the fuck?
Yeah, and it better not be easy to sign you guys, because you guys deserve the best, and Doc sees it happening. So,
thanks, dude.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. Again, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't blow smoke up your ass. What I say, I mean. So take that to heart. Take it to wherever you want. Shove it up Magpie's ass.
Dog, I fucked your mother, so I am your father.
But anyway, guys, the Dog wants to thank Max and Jack for joining him with the Rattlebacks, for joining him here on Dawg House. It's been great, guys, and it's been a phenomenal interview. So I don't know how the rest of yours gone, your interviews, but I tell you what, I am fucking stoked about this one. This is great. So thank you so much. I do appreciate it, and keep it fucking rocking, guys. Keep pushing that fucking plow, dude.
Yeah,
absolutely. And next time we've got something to talk about, or if you ever want us on, just give us a shout. We'll be more than happy to have another chat with you, pal. It's always good fun.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Oh no, it's been great. Believe me, you'll be hearing from me. So you just fucking watch for that mail coming through. So the Doc also wants to give a big thanks and shout out to MD Pod Hub, my producer, Magpie Sally, asshole.
Whether at war or in peace, I shall always love you.
Matt R. and Dogbone Studio. So the Doc will be back next week. So in the meantime, guys, be kind to one another, and always keep on rocking. From the Dawg House, it's Doc, Max, and Jack from the Rattlebacks. We're out of here.
Cheers.
Later.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Paul.
Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, Pa. Good night, Ma. Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, Dog. Good night, Dog. Dog?
Damn it, can't a guy masturbate in this house?
MD Pod presented Dawg House.